Hey everybody, welcome back to Jaraci Cup number 13. We're finally entering the bracket today, so that's going to be exciting. This is upper bracket quarterfinals B, if I'm not mistaken. Going to be between SickIGN here playing as the Saban forces and NoFun as the Conf, and let's check the pick and ban order. Looks like SickIGN grabs that first. NoFun takes away Canyon Outpost, the SickIGN takes away College Teeth. I like the bans there. College Teeth is not good if you're going to be going against Conf. Well, I mean, maybe Coalition can fight that with their artillery, but SickIGN's gonna grab the Boneyard though, and I think that's maybe a mistake. This is kind of like NoFun's staple map if there ever was such a thing. To be fair though, SickIGN gets the good spawn here. NoFun grabs Firebase and Torin, and I feel like those are just very standard maps. And then SickIGN's gonna grab the Shallows for the next one, which might be interesting. And NoFun takes Kartoba for the last map, and I have a feeling he plans to rail rush if we get to that point. So it's a very good map for it, and that's definitely a strategy that NoFun enjoys employing. Sandskimmer Fab on the way for him already, so we are going to be moving out across the field at this point. But it's going to be LAV Fab for SickIGN too. He does start with NSC though. Retires the base runner. He's got no probe. Be mindful of that. I really don't like retiring base runner without getting a probe. It just feels so dangerous, you know. But sometimes you can get away with it. Fleet Cap 45 finishes for NoFun. Note he's got all the LDMs set up here as well. I say all, I mean he's got one of them, but he's definitely not going to be hurting for economy here. But you would expect him to go across the map any moment now. I really like it when Conf players will power up the missile systems. They can load a missile, but then unpower it and put it into the mobility, so we'll see if he ends up doing that. And as for SickIGN, we got carrier protection upgrade coming out, so it looks like he wants to match this with LAVs. Scary though. I mean, he doesn't have any vision at all. So I mean, normally if I'm this blind, I would really want to get like AV tech or something. I feel like it's pretty versatile. The problem is it does kind of die to rail rush, so we'll see what happens. And the base runner for NoFun's gonna hover its way over here, grab that artifact from mid. Well, I mean, ideally it will. At any moment now. There we go. And gonna start bringing that one out to the extraction zone there. And he checks out the base. The Sandskimmer, I believe, saw the support cruiser, so he probably knows what's up. And then it's gonna be refinery mode. Ooh, I don't like that. That seems really bad, actually. He's basically invested in all the infrastructure he needs to go for this railgun rush, and then he's just gonna cancel it. This isn't Coalition, you know, you're not gonna run up against turrets here. You really just need to, like, if you're gonna get this tech, you've gotta go for it, and I feel like this sets NoFun really far behind here. Yeah, just carries, right. LAV's almost finding the collapse on these skims here. They don't have assault pack yet though, but that's coming. It's definitely a world where you can bop this guy here once that assault pack is done. Ref mode finishes now in just a couple seconds though. It's a bit awkward that this guy's moving out, but it's not going to be a huge loss. But yeah, that is worth noting though. There is the blast drone here, so. And you know, if you can hold on to that boost ability, then the blast drone is less dangerous because you can boost away from it. But sometimes you really need that boost in order to get anything done. Yeah, he's going to use it here. Trying to keep that BD targeted, but the boost cooldown is gone now, and he didn't really get anything out of it, so that's a little bit unfortunate. Assault railguns are in the hood now. This is what NoFun needs in order to fight these LAVs. They're both on 2 base, but again, SickIGN could be a little faster. He did get onto that 2 base quite a bit quicker. And this base runner is kind of going to die here if he's not careful. There's like a moment between when the smokes pop that it can get hit, so. Oh yeah, he does have LAV damage. Oh. Okay, it's not so bad. I mean, he just got a couple of like 1 or 2 LAVs there. Assault railgun pops off another one, but it is going to keep this base runner alive for now. I feel like that sort of makes up for a bit of questionable micro earlier. And honor guard straight away off of 2 base here. He's going to have another PC queuing though, so. Ooh, this blast drone really needs to be in the fray, though. This is not good. SickIGN jumping on top of the assault railguns here. Let's see what the blast drone can do. It's kind of minimal damage, honestly, but still, I think that with the Assault Railgun in tow, this is going to turn out to be kind of an even trade here. You can't really push into this. And yeah, 4 LAVs left, 4 skims left. SickIGN is reinforcing a little bit faster here. He's got armor 1, by the way. I love that. Blast drones, of course, they're AoE. You know, if you can get the armor upgrades, the blast drones are a lot less effective. And you've gotten hit twice now, so I think it'd be a good idea to invest into that. But there's that second PC for NoFun. Honor Guard Fab is only about 10 seconds away. And we got an interesting game on our hands already here. I see SickIGN making these railguns. That's good, because the railguns, you know, they can stop the assault railguns from fighting you, but they kind of get countered by honor guards, I guess. Like, the LAV rail idea is very difficult to play once honor guards hit the field, so NoFun's kind of already got what he needs here. And yes, armor ups mattered a lot versus assault railguns, because they fire in like a burst, and so they only have 1 damage packet, but they do actually end up like hitting many more times than 1, so you can actually mitigate quite a lot of damage that way. Yeah, they fire something like 5 or 6 shots. They're not terribly accurate, actually. So high ground is really effective for assault railguns. But having armor is like, you know, every point of armor is more like 4 to 6 points of armor, do you know what I mean? So should be worth noting, though, the base damage on the assault railgun is pretty high, so it's not like it doesn't do well against armor, but definitely does get mitigated by it. SickIGN, by the way, it looks like he is prepping to expand onto his next base. This is giving NoFun a lot of time, though, and this honor guard is on the queue, so NoFun's happy to wait. I mean, he really does benefit from this scenario. Plus, he's on 3 base, which is good, you know, that's faster than his opponent. He doesn't actually have any CU salvagers set up here, I suppose, but that's okay. He doesn't, you know, like he's definitely ahead in mining at any rate, because he's not long distance mining off of this base. He's trying to scout out a bit with the skins, but the main force is still kind of where he expected it. So. He also got armor. I would, if I were him, think about getting armor 2 and raiding, but I wouldn't go for the damage ups, because the honor guard kind of does all of that for you. Like, honor guards do so much damage against the LAVs, it doesn't really feel terribly useful to have the damage upgrades on them as well. SickIGN now expanding onto that base. He's getting that support cruiser. We do have more blast drones getting thrown in the mix here. I love that. I guess we, like, if you're not thinking about it, you can sort of find yourself using blast drones as like an early game unit and then just sort of forgetting about them later on, but they're very, very effective, you know, the further the game goes, even, I would say, because the catastrophe of getting a big BD hit is like only going to get worse as the game goes on and the armies get bigger. Yeah, apparently you can do that too, although that's a bit non-standard. Oh, here it comes. Oh, with the honor guard hit too. Oh gosh, there's so much splash here. I mean, I was gonna say, like, SickIGN actually had a really nice position there where he's up on top of that hill and he's like sieging down the base, but that was a smorgasbord of AoE there. Oh gosh. That's gonna change everything. Ouch. Okay, well, let's see what he does about this now. I like this blast drone here. This blast drone already had detonated, but there is a bug in Jaraci patch where the blast drones wouldn't kill themselves when they detonated. We've actually hotfixed that, but I guess in this game this is still a thing. No matter, this thing's just kind of, you know, a fake blast drone. Hopefully he doesn't think it's real and try to use it again. I think so anyway. I don't believe it can detonate again. Maybe it can. What? What the hell? I don't know, man. I'm not gonna spend too much time postulating about that. Power 2 on the way for SickIGN. As you can see, he's losing main base here. This is rough. Well, LAVs are actually trading pretty well here, but he's got to watch out, yeah, for the honor guard here. Plus it's on high ground too, so The end of that trade not favoring SickIGN too well. By the way, this is 4 artifacts here. It's really, really good that SickIGN grabs this one. Because otherwise, this would be the game-winning artifact if he's unable to stop these two. And I mean, with what army, you know, like, there's no way he's going to be able to do it. Taking into artillery now, I don't hate it, but it's going to be tough. Like, he needs to get something done fast, because this situation is not sustainable. His army is too small, and if he lets these extracts get out, now he's up against the wall, so... Artillery might just be a little bit too slow here, but we'll see, we'll see. Systems 3 teching, by the way. So a lot of investment into carrier power here. I guess I feel like the main base is a little bit vulnerable too. No, rail LAV is what HGC rails counters. I think at this point, especially when you're playing Soban, you really want to go BCs. Bombers is an option as well. And there's a couple things you could do, but Soban BCs would be really my first pick. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I see 2 BDs sharking around here. Ooh. It's really, really nice to have, like, skimmers in here where the BDs are trying to hit, because then, you know, they can, like, complete the kills, right? Oh boy, yeah, just like that. Oh, Super Cruiser's gonna go down here. Yikes. Yikes-rama. And yeah, he gets 2 salvagers off the 3rd base too. This is starting to get really unsustainable here. Artillery's an option against, you know, rail honor guard, but it's not going to do much against the skims. And right now, honestly, that's kind of a more pressing matter. Well, I mean, maybe that's not true. They're both bad. That just tells you how grim the situation is here for SickIGN. And this honor guard might even just kill off this artillery right now. Yep, there it goes. This is the precision barrage being used here to just try and catch his opponent off guard, but he is going to move there, so worth a try, but it doesn't really land. And now I feel like the position of really just folding for SickIGN here. He doesn't really have any ability to fight back on this. His army is just kind of non-existent. Maybe he's got the 1 artillery cruiser, but that's it. This is more of a you know, bolster to the army that exists rather than an army on its own, so that's unfortunate. Kind of absolute garbage micro computer, by the way. I didn't realize that he had that ready. That's actually horrible. I mean, you've got, like, if you're really against the wall like this, you've got to use that in some way that's going to be really impactful. And just kind of throwing it out randomly and hoping is just not good enough. Especially when you've got these artillery cruisers. I mean, imagine the sort of AoE nets you could have set up. You know, like, you go backwards, you're in the MWE, you stand where you are, you're getting artillery, right? Like, that could have been really impactful, but just kind of wastes that. And this carrier's on its last legs, by the way. I mean, like, 2 or 3 shots, he's gonna die. Uh-oh, and he's taking them right now. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, that's gonna be the end of SickIGN right there. No need for the extraction victory. Was he close, though? No, he hadn't actually picked it up yet, but still. Yeah, you can't really blame him too much, though. Once he lost this fight over here, that was really gonna be tough. Seems like things were actually going pretty well for him before that. NoFun's build was not terribly good, and then when he got the BD hit over the hill here, it was just like, yeah, you're dead. So, well, let's jump into game 2 then, see how things change. Alrighty, sorry, having to do a bit of file management there, but we did find it in the end. Someone's doing laundry, and like our washing machine, or maybe it's the dryer. No, I think it's the washing machine. It taps in this completely non-rhythmic way, and it sounds almost like someone is like shooting at us with some kind of machine gun. It's very interesting. Anyway, this is gonna be on Firebase Krill. Now again, this is NoFun's pick. He picked Krill and he picked Torrent Crater. I mean, these just feel like very standard maps, you know. And, I feel like that does really play into NoFun's strengths. I mean, he's good at this kind of macro game. So, you know, maybe he could even lean a bit harder into like backstabbing and flanking and stuff like that, but he's really like, he's got great execution when fights come down. I guess you could call it like tactics. I feel that way because of chess maybe, but he's got great execution when the fights start, and he has really a pretty good macro game too. So indeed, this time I'm gonna go ref mode first, I suppose. I like it, you know. I mean, that seems like something that NoFun could do well with. Although I am always a big fan of the aggressive kind of builds that he likes to play. We do see SC first here from SickIGN, LEV Feb coming out afterward. Again, no probe. And actually, NoFun's playing this pretty greedy here, so he's building like 2 salvagers after ref mode tech is started instead of getting skimmer fab. If he were to get rushed here, that would be pretty bad, but I guess he's read pretty well, like, yeah, my opponent's just gonna go greed again, so. You never want to do the same thing every game, right? Not unless you're Sparrow and you can get away with it. But generally speaking, like, if you just do the same thing every time, your opponents are gonna figure out that's what you do, and they're just gonna hard counter you like this. I like to see it from NoFun. I like to see it. It might just be he's unaware how dangerous this is, but I like to think that he's kind of doing this against his opponent in particular. If he builds like a... If he goes fleet cap 45 and then builds like a PC here, that's definitely it. No, it looks like he's gonna go soul chip fab. Artifacts have spawned here, but it looks like nobody's very interested in that yet. And Railgun Fab gonna be the call for SickIGN. Not terribly common to see rails after LAV if you haven't spotted anything. Like, this seems pretty risky. NoFun's going for assault ships, right? And that could lead to Con FCH or Air, with both of which are like really good counters to railguns. Second PC in the works. And it looks like we can have our first contact here. He sees the SC, that's kind of all he needs to know off the main base. Now he wants to know the tech, which actually just finished. So if he spots like right now, that'd be amazing. He doesn't quite go in there in order to see it. I guess he's getting warded off by these LAVs. I say, you know, especially like this early game scouting skim, it has a lot more value just getting the information than it does like living. So I would have actually just sent him in there, and indeed, like, Railgun Tech had just finished, so that would have been pretty nice to see. Looks like it's going to be interceptors. Now, as I'm sure I've said a million times, you know, for some reason you can't see the air tech on Con F here, so he doesn't even need to worry really about SickIGN managing to scout him. And he can just use the assault chips to stay alive for a moment here. But this is second PC, so he can also just get his 3-base set up. If I were him, he's already got the air tech started and he's a little bit of a bank. I would like take these guys off of RUs and send him over here to start you know, start mining the wreck over there, get some CUs. Oh, is that where they land? I thought like, where was it now? I thought that like one of these flaps opened and they landed in there. They launched like out of the front, right? Yeah. Actually, wow, that's a lot of LAVs. How many armor? Oh, armor 0. You know, there's a world where these LAVs just get mutilated, but they could easily overrun the assault chips too. Does he have assault pack? Yeah, he does. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This kind of looks like a dead PC, actually. NoFun just does not have enough defense here. He's going to start hitting back now. Oh, that assault chip is going to die before the PC is able to spit it out, too, so... Uh-oh. That's quite bad. Wow, that just came out of nowhere. We just kind of drove him with LAVs and got killed. Nice. I mean, he'll lose some on the back end. Wow, whatever. That was definitely worth it. And that's gonna delay. Oh, that's terrible. It's gonna delay NoFun's interceptor tech too, right? Because you know now before building them, he's gotta get this PC set up again. Oh man, that's really good for SickIGN. Now we have some armor coming out, so that's good. Yeah, you can see the light blinking. Again, even if an interceptor is not building right now. Man, it's so annoying that it doesn't reveal the tech though. It's like... I mean, I wouldn't like it personally if the tech just wasn't ever revealed, but at least it'd be better to do that for all the carriers if it's gonna be like this for Planet. You know what I mean? Terrible. Anyway, these assault chips are hitting the main. These LEDs are gonna have to do something about it. This is armor 2 all of a sudden. If he can stall for like just a second, he's got damage 2 on the way, but he can take this fight either way. Oh, this is not how you want to do it though. Like, as he's on the run away, that's when he really actually hurts the most. Quite a few railguns here though. I say quite a few, there's actually 2. So that's gonna make this a little bit less painful for SickIGN. See, as like if you commit to the fight, you want to really just commit onto it and get on top of him. Once you start running away, it's very easy to AOE you, and it's very easy to hit you, and you're not hitting back, so you end up taking a lot of damage there. I love what he's doing here, by the way. He just kind of sits still over the dune, and now here come the interceptors. It's gonna be precision bomber fab coming out for NoFun. I love that. Let's see what he does with this fight right now, though. This is a bit more pressing. One of these guys is sundered. It's this one here in the back. Looks like the one in the front gets killed too. I think these railguns could probably get in, or sorry, these interceptors could probably get in there and kill the railguns, though. That's what he's gonna go for. Nice, he gets one. A little better than see on these guys, dude. 20% sensors. Very impactful. Oh, ooh, this looks a little bit dangerous actually, but it looks like he'll probably get the kill here, no? Just anytime you're running up the high ground against an assault ship, you kind of got to imagine like something's gonna go wrong here. Whoa! Nice. Gets away with 13 health on that guy. Looks like Afterburner gonna get teched here. We do have bombers in the queue. Not gonna go for like the ammo capacity spam here. I think that's wise because your opponent's gonna get anti-air before too long, and you want to be able to launch the bombers before that's out. So SCAA being teched here, by the way, but I'm sure he's gonna go missile batteries too. The way that he's teching AAVs here. It looks like he's not too worried about it actually. Just gonna get a sport cruiser out. There's Afterburner tech done. These skims are not really the scariest. There are no ups right now, but and I think the LAVs actually have full, don't they? Yeah, they actually have full upgrades on the LAVs. Yay, bombers! Well, you know, it's not every day you get to say that voice line, I guess. I like how even the Conf air units have like this disgusting smoke trail. Truly, the Conf can do nothing without, you know, messing it up and making all this garbage smoke come out. Bomber, ready launch. Uh-oh, that's a dead sport cruiser. Skadoosh. And he's got the ammo upgrade now. He won't be able to use that before they dock, but He's getting some good damage down, I think that's safe to say. Looks like this interceptor will die. I think another one fell down as well. Yeah, I see you lost 2 of them there. For the cost of a support cruiser and 2 rails, yeah, you'll take that any time. He might have even gotten a salvager just kind of incidentally. Yeah, he did, and he got a lot of these guys low. Gotta watch out for the missile batteries though. This mortar can always be dangerous, especially in close range because it'll deploy like instantly. You know, I wonder if that can be changed in patch. I bet it could. You change, like, I think projectiles have like a deploy speed option, which is why, like, say oh, I think you know. So I think there's some things that deploy just a lot faster than others. Like scanners, even if they're at max range, they'll go flying out there. And like ALMs, if you deploy them really far away, they kind of float in the air for a while. Well, you can't change the speed of the projectile itself, but you can pick what projectile you use, right? So I think that's actually possible. Yeah, you get me. NoFun's actually sitting on the bombers for now, by the way. He hasn't, I mean, like, the problem is that, you know, if he flies out there, he might just get killed by these missile batteries. I mean, he's not playing this, wrong. But yeah, what he has to do, this is always a little bit difficult. Like, this is one of the reasons why I really struggle with air, is that I'm not good at this. Like, he has to engineer situations where SickIGN wants to leave his anti-air. Oh, like this. See? If he had the bombers in the air right now, he could pick off a bunch of LEDs, but it's like, this is something I'm not good at doing, but you need to like make your opponent want to leave the missile batteries, and then once he does, you can punish him really hard for it. It's really, really difficult with Gaussian bombers to just like blow up the anti-air assets. It's something that like Coalition can do a lot better, but I always find that's quite difficult as Gaussian. Found a railgun kind of exposed here. Uh-oh, but this is not good. Bomber chooses to take kind of a questionable path. Goes careening down into the desert. It's always fun to watch. So that one's not really worth it. In fact, he didn't even kill the railgun. Oh, NoFun, my boy. Oh, he's starting to float something stanky. He's got to get this fleet cap 125 set up here. There we go. He's building heavy rails right now, which is good. I think like railgun armor is maybe the way to go here. But then, you know, he's got all these skims that he kind of feels. Oh, I need to upgrade. Okay, well the mortars are a bit of a miss there, so that's good for him. Good for NoFun, that is. That's not so good for SickIGN, but now he backs away. That's actually probably a window to stick in there and kill these things off, but... Whoa, battlecruiser fab, alright. You know, this can be dangerous, like when your opponent already has bombers, you kind of know that this battlecruiser, like, they're always gonna have to be guarded by some kind of anti-air. Support cruisers can do some, but I mean, you're really gonna need to have missile batteries there when there's already bombers on the field. Oh, okay, that's one way to deal with the skims. Really nice mortars right there, he kills almost everything. But yeah, if I were NoFun, I'm not exactly sure what I would go for right now. Maybe just more heavy railguns. Rail armor is just a really nice combo, and I feel like battlecruisers don't even totally answer it, so... It's expensive though, it's expensive as heck, so we'll see if he's able to really get away with this. Well, he's gonna boost up here, but this seems pretty dangerous. Yeah, only one of them will fall for it though, but they all take a little bit of damage to their health bar. One thing this does make it difficult for NoFun to do is to get like honor guards or Con F Siege. I think that battlecruisers are pretty good against both of those, especially Saban ones for honor guards. Ooh, he's looking for a place where there's no anti-air. Doesn't quite find it here, but I mean, maybe the main base is actually a little bit exposed. Like if you had bombers run in and hit this and then turn around in the right direction, I could see that going pretty well. So NoFun gonna get Rail Armor 2. You'll love to see it. This is already Mag Excel Armor 2 on the Saban rails, so yeah, it's really important to get these rail upgrades so that you can fight this kind of stuff. Looks like SickIGN's powering up that carrier as well. Something NoFun hasn't invested in at all this series entirely, in fact. Yeah, because they're all so dang slow, right? You can do it with like strike fighters that don't do any damage to ground. Looks like the bomber's just gonna kind of rage dump their payload onto the carrier here. It's a little bit risky. Oh man. Oh, he just barely gets away. It's kind of a questionable TJ. Yeah. I don't really know what he was going for with that one, but you know. And he didn't actually pick this one up either, which I think he was kind of meaning to do. This carrier is like really hurting all of a sudden. This is just like 4 bomber shots and then a couple railgun hits, and he's like, I mean, I don't even want to call that half health. He's at like 1/4 right now. Oh, something exploded. Just a couple interceptor shots, I suppose, probably against the space runner. Yeah, well, you know what would be really nice to put it on is like right here or something. That'd be a good position for it. And I mean, look at the floats on these players. For NoFun, it's because he's like pop cap, but SickIGN just has a lot of CUs laying around. It would not be a bad idea to just drop one of these things down. It makes it really pretty easy to confirm kills. Ooh, this is really good actually. He's kind of overrunning the Sandstormers now. Okay. I mean, the railguns are here, which can hit the targets, but still, you're gonna lose the railgun at least. Looks like he does feel the need to back away with the assault chips showing up there, though. Wow, actually, on the fadeaway, he took a lot of damage there, but he killed pretty much all of the skims, and he got a railgun, so that's definitely worth it. Targeting jammer? Not gonna get deployed right here. But Systems 3 is coming up on this carrier, and that's where you unlock the microwave inhibitor. Artifact gets denied, though. And SickIGN really has not been doing a very good job keeping those things safe, so it's a little bit unsurprising, sadly. Field repair is going to be used on the BC. Looks like the bombers are in the air again. These two guys look awfully bunched up here, but it's really risky with Gaussian bombers to try and hit the AA. Things go wrong when you do that. Looks like honor guards actually attacking for NoFun. Not sure about it. I mean, honor guards are always going to struggle against Soban BCs. I think maybe Connacht Siege was the way to go. It doesn't feel great either. Ooh, that's high ground railguns though. Oh gosh, you can't be here. What's this BC doing? It already had its smoke ability used. It was at like half health. It just kind of walked up and died. Oh, and the carrier wants to prove it can do it too. Oh, and the railguns, they're going to leave the high ground position to just kind of walk up here and die too. Oh no, this is terrible. Oh, you can't do this. Oh no. Oh gosh. Okay, at least the railguns don't die, but he loses 2 of these for nothing. And it looks like the main base lost a support cruiser too. No bomber's gonna die for it either. Interceptors? Yeah, he lost 1, but that's fine. Oh gosh, that was terrible. This is a good window to get Rail Armor 3, by the way. NoFun's floating quite a bit, so he can reproduce this. Lenny. He can reproduce this army really quickly if he wants to. But I would do Rail Armor 3. That'd be good. Maybe even range calibration. Looks like he's gonna do nothing. Uh-oh, it's another kind of wasted microwave emitter. I mean, what's this gonna do? It'll force the railguns to go back, but they weren't even really the focus of this fight at all. Kind of actually keeps them safe too. It's like the LAVs can't jump on them though. Oh dear. Oh dear. These LAVs are all super low, by the way, but they didn't die, and that's the important part, so it would be good if you could get them healed up here. Probably not on the SCs that are tasked healing this carrier, because those things are busy. Oh, in fact, one of them has to be pulled over to cover the main base, which did get sniped by those bombers. I think SickIGN really needed to go for air of his own here. Because we're getting to a point now where, like, You know, yeah, you do actually have an answer to the bombers. It's not like you can't deal with them, but it's really tough. Like, if they can just come up and snipe out, like, one support cruiser and then get away, or even just kind of guard you anywhere that you don't have the ground-based anti-air, which is always slow, you know, it's going to be really hard to do anything. Like, you need some anti-air in the air, where it can move rapidly and respond. Or that, I mean, honestly, that's not a bad idea. Like, he's got quite a bit of money. Oh, that's a good targeting jammer, actually, but these railguns are just so hung out to dry here. I don't know if it's gonna be enough. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, yeah, they've made their long trek through the targeting jammer, and now they're ready to smash. Oh, is this armor guard even gonna fall? Not quite. Oh no, that's really bad. Suddenly the army for SickIGN just evaporates. All he's got, I mean, other than like the missile batteries, is just these LAVs here. His carrier's really powered though. I mean, he's got something going for him there. Oh man, that's not good. And by the way, giant float for NoFun. I mean, get some upgrades, man. You know, use this money. It's not worth too much in the bank. Oh, there's some pro gamer mortars right there. SickIGN's powered full into armor. He's just trying to survive, but he's not going to make it out of this one. Microwave emitter trying to deploy, but he's like in the minimum range, so he can't even fire it. Okay, there it is. But this microwave emitter also probably won't do too much. NoFun can just kind of leave. Yeah, that's what he's going to do, alright. Looks like one railgun went down, but that's kind of it. And, okay, well, I take it back. I mean, that did actually buy some time for this carrier. I guess he had to do that, but the question is, what are you going to follow this up with? SickIGN really wishing he had NoFun's bank right now. He could build like 3 BCs at the same time, you know? That is like an insane amount of money. Retiring the main base selves, that's always a staple. Carrier, or sorry, the BC just kind of walks forward there, kind of interested in dying, I suppose. Gonna pop the field repairs now, but that is temporary. Once that smoke is done, I think this thing is just kind of dead. Oof, yeah. Couple skims raiding on this side too. These things, actually, no, I take it back, they're very upgraded now. But these railguns here are just marauding, you know, like there's nothing to stop this at all. I'm curious what SickIGN is building here. I think it's a BC, which would be good, I guess, but I just feel like it can't really be enough. There's a lot of power in these ALMs, so like these skims are actually really hurting. Maybe if he can get like 2 or 3 ALMs on top of this army, this BC can do something, but now he's firing up the armor anyway, so it's not gonna happen. Field repairs popped again, but once more, it's just gonna run out eventually, and then this thing will die. If you use this when you're in danger, it feels like you just sort of are dead, you know? You've got to use it like, you've got to use it as an ability to buy time, but if you're buying time for, you know, your main base to die, it's not very valuable, is it? SickIGN, full power in the weapons, no power in range, which is pretty good, I guess. And NoFun's launching the bombers here too, he's had enough of this. Looks like an honor guard will fall though. But definitely the Saban carrier is going to be a bit more valuable if you can power up the range for the weapons as well. Yeah, it looks like both players taking a brief reprise here. You can't air snipe him yet, but I mean that's becoming a distinct possibility. It looks like for now he's finding the third base here. Fair play, this seems pretty undefended. I mean, he does have like 1 missile battery here, but it's not going to be nearly enough. This has to make sure he like docks now. Oh no, don't fire up this. Well, it was fun while it lasted. Did get a support cruiser for it, it's not terrible. Actually, got 2 salvers as well. That is one vetted railgun. Yeah, these skims now they're the problem. Oh, the mortar though. Oh, oh, that's a good mortar. He's gonna power up the ALMs here. This might actually hold these skims off. Wow. Saban, man, what a faction. I mean, honestly, the mortar is not like a zero loss though, because now the bombers can just kind of do whatever they want over here. But whoa, that's a lot of. How many? What the heck? 13 railguns up on this high ground. Oh, jeez. Oh man, they don't have like range calibration yet, but still, this is gonna hurt as heck. Wait, what? It's gonna hurt like heck. You know what I'm trying to say. And there's an auto guard here too. Carrier's in the position. Oh no! Oh, SickIGN. Whoa! What are you doing? Oh gosh, yeah, this carrier's dead. Fortunately for him, the railguns are targeting like the salvager right now. Oh gosh. Yeah, your luck can't last forever. Oh yeah, that's the end. That was a stupid number of railguns. He just like walked right up into it through the fog of war. Oh man. Ouch. Jeez. And that's gonna be game 2 going to NoFun. Let's jump into game 3 here. But first I'll eat a ho-ho. That will keep me sustained. No, I don't think it can be done, sadly. I'd want to make that red light for the Saban nuke last longer too, but I don't think it can be done. Ah, I feel sustained. What does mean this word? Fook? What is fook? Why you bully me? Sanskrit for Fab starts for NoFun again. Torrey Craters, well, I mean, historically it was a very aggressive map back when you spawned here, but Torrey Craters is not really known to be like the most aggressive map. It seems like a pretty good one for eco, but don't put it past NoFun to go aggro, you know? That's what he likes to do. And I, for one, love it. Although, what he did in game 1 was really pretty uninspiring, how he got, like, the railgun tech and he got his skins up in the position and then he just left, you know? It's like, oh, that's kind of lame. I mean, it worked for him, but still. If he's gonna do this, I want to see him, like, really get up in his opponent's face, you know? Let's see what he ends up doing. Right now, it looks like the two players are going to kind of face each other here with the way that they pick up the bases. I'm going to type the thing. Actually, I mean, it was pretty fast what I did there, but I actually typed out the entire Communist Manifesto. You'd be surprised. Looks like a assault ship tech here for NoFun. That's going to be the tech choice. It's got the base runner still, by the way, so note the blast drones. Always fun to see. Get good is not exactly the same length, alright? That's kind of below my level. I ate way too many of these Swiss rolls. I've got like this big, like, pile of wrappers over here. I could do with gaining some weight. Oh no, don't go back. No, don't. Oh. Oh. I hate it. That's just, it's so uninspiring, you know? Like, if you're going for eco, there's faster ways to do it. If you're going for aggro, this isn't it. You know what I mean? Like, it just kind of feels like it does nothing. I mean, it'll get him an extract at least, I suppose, but that's just really not worth it. Yeah, but in that case, just don't get the tech, just go ref mode. And this is just like doing ref mode with extra steps, which is bad, you know, that's really slow. That's really bad. No bueno. I've said it a million times before, but in case anyone new is watching this cast in particular, when you're going for economy in your build, go for economy only, right? Like, make sure... I mean, you've got to have defense to not die, but at the beginning, don't tech units, just go for economy, right? And then tech units to defend. And if you're going for an attack, it's kind of the opposite, right? Like, you've got to do damage, so don't tech economy. Don't worry about that. You've got to do damage, right? If you make your build, like, middle of the road like this, you just kind of do less of both of them, which is just not good, you know? He does get the artifact, though. That's worth mentioning. Railgun tech can finish for SickIGN. SickIGN, as it were. And it's like AV Fab gonna follow for him. Not a big fan of this either, because if you're teching railguns and then just teching AVs, it kind of feels like, well, why not just, you know, why not just get one? I mean, you haven't built either of them yet. Really hate getting this kind of thing as an insurance too, because it could just be error, right? And if it's error, then, you know, railguns are just not helping you at all. So this feels a bit unfortunate to me. These LEVs are pretty scary though. They've got the assault pack and damage 1. You got armor? No, we don't. Okay, so these assault ships will kind of get shredded by the LEVs here. Entry? Wait, what? I don't know what you mean by that. And then it's gonna be assault cruisers? Oh, okay. I mean, you can play this, but this seems really slow. And again, I mean, SickIGN ought to just expand here. I mean, like, he's not set up on that third base. He's kind of slowing himself down way too much here. So NoFun's gonna be enjoying having a lot more money than him. And I'm ashamed to admit it, but I actually don't own the Expedition Guide, so no, I haven't read that. Yeah. I gotta do that someday. It seems like a fun thing. Looks like these LEVs want to dive in a little bit here now. It'd be really nice if NoFun could get this armor 1, because again, these things will die really quick, but the BD is still here. Boost has been used just to kill off like one sand skimmer. I gotta say, SickIGN's boost has been really uninspiring this series. He just kind of uses it to check to see if he can get something. And then the boost is gone, so the moments where he could really get something are sort of gone, you know? You gotta use the boost when... like, not to find out if there's a window, but to exploit a window that you already know exists, because otherwise that cooldown just sort of hurts. It's 45 seconds, you know, that's not trivial. Especially when there's BDs on the field, you need that boost often to just escape these. NoFun's got armor 1, by the way, it's gonna give these things a lot more tankiness. Would love to see armor 2 even. And SickIGN teched really freaking wide, but he's finally building one of these units. He's got an AC on the queue. Yeah, that railgun fab, it's not doing you too much right now. It's really, really bad to tech wide and not build like that. But this will be moderately annoying. Railguns are just kind of plinking. Oh dear. Huh. It's a good thing that didn't turn out to be a problem, eh? Kana Siege is out, by the way. Here's the first one. There's more coming. I guess Kana Siege and Assault Cruisers are pretty similar to each other. I always feel uncomfortable taking the matchup from the Coalition side, but you can do it. Just take some good placement of the tech missiles or good use of the overcharge. Yeah, but it sneaks up on you, doesn't it? And that reminds me, Valentine's Day is almost here. Anyway, oh, carrier mobility teching here. I probably yelled at them a lot for this during stream, but he really needs to get the carrier production upgrade set up. Good series? Yeah, I'd say so. It's been entertaining. Scoreline's 2-0 right now though for NoFun, so this is match point here. Looks like Senskimmer rating actually coming up for NoFun, and he's getting railgun tech as well. I mean, rating is not a bad like one-off upgrade to have, right? Just just get rating so you've got some more mobility on the field, and then. But these railguns, that tells me he really wants to like take the fight a little bit straighter here and fight these assault cruisers like that. I like it, I like it. He wants a bit more range in his army comp here, and when you're gonna have to be fighting the Salon carrier eventually, I think that's good to have. Yeah, NoFun is really tactical. Like when he gets into the situation, he can micro the units terribly well. But the problem is that like I feel like his builds have just been sort of weak. Like he goes for aggro and then he stops it. I much preferred on Firebase when he just went for eco. That seemed a lot stronger. Kind of potentially nice TJ, by the way. This is overcharge being used on both of these. The base runner will go down, but maybe they. Ooh, actually, this is getting a little bit stuck in now. Well, still though, he might kill the siege cruiser, and that'd be big. NoFun can barrage over this dude if he wants to. Gets the one. This line of sight is really not helping NoFun. One AC goes down, but these LAVs are not going to do the job, are they? Or sorry, skims that is. It's actually LAVs coming in from SickIGN to clean it up here. So they end up trading 1-for-1. That made me a bit nervous though. I felt like he got really stuck in there, but he managed to get one of the Kana Siege cruisers as well, so that's fine. And in fact, that might be a good trade because Kana Siege can only build one at a time, and assault cruisers can do more than that. 3 to be exact. Rail Armor 1 finishes now. I like that. I mean, that's always going to be, Oh, you do tempt me, so... Anyway, that's always going to be pretty nice when you're fighting, like, ACs, and especially if Artie shows up later. Well, I mean, I should clarify, it's Rail Armor 1 is not actually going to do much against those things, but Rail Armor 2 and 3 will. But there's also a lot of LEVs out on the field, so, the armor is going to be pretty nice to have. A production line for each one. Build a 5 Con F Siege at the same time. That'd be cool, right? And meanwhile, Coalition, when you tech like Power 6 and 7, it actually takes away production lines. That might be fun. Rail Armor 2's done. Nice, nice. And yeah, I think Rail Armor 3 would be great too. There's no RT... wow, that's weird the way I said that. There's no RT Cruiser tech being done here, so it looks like probably it's not going to be like an artillery war, but still. Rail Armor 3 is really good. Really, really good. Yeah, we were looking for some way to dissuade them from getting too much carry power, isn't it? Or weren't we, that is. I feel like NoFun would really have struggled if SickIGN tried to switch into air here. He hasn't really got too much, like, scouting, so I don't think he would have seen it. And then, I mean, obviously there's no anti-air here. That would have hurt if, like... Imagine if, like, 3 TAC bombers just showed up right now. They could just nuke this entire army. Yeah. But I love that, honestly, It's like, you like the carrier power, but you've got to figure out, like, when to use it. It's very funny. Well, that's all anyone really does with SickIGN is yell at him, right? Looks like for now, actually, this one like hero Saban railgun's kind of holding off the whole army. He's got a couple more rails in tow now, though. This is a pretty nice potential flank with these ACs too. Looks like NoFun's cognizant of it. He's not going to die to this. I'd love to see him use these assault chips to just like stop the artifact. Ooh, this carrier block is really bad. He can't actually shoot with anything right now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. By the way, Base Runner has the smoke here. Can we use this and get in? Oh, use the smoke ability. Darn. But yes, I mean, you can attack Missile Barrage over this hill, like, you know, that could have been really dangerous for NoFun. He kind of managed to get away with that, so that's fine for him. He is, SickIGN's gonna get this extraction out, but I think maybe there was a window to kind of win the game there. But I agree, these ACs just kind of feel like big bricks or something, you know? It's like, if they don't just crush whatever he throws them at, he's not really sure what to do with them. They need to, you know, they need to be like on flanking angles. Like, imagine two of these, like over here, right? You just kind of move them around on this side, you know, that's going to be so annoying to deal with for SickIGN, or sorry, for NoFun. But instead, he feels pretty fine about this because it's all in the front line. And, you know, yeah, these are like okay frontline cruisers, but there's a lot of frontline damage on this side. So, in fact, one of them goes down already. SickIGN really wants to go for like attack missile barrage here, but he's just not going to get it, right? Conf carrier is a little bit slow here, but still, they're taking. Oh my gosh! Oh, that's not good. Yeah, you just lost. Oh man, he just lost all of the LAVs right there. That's gonna even up the scoreline a lot right now. And this was without even having to use the barrage. Uh-oh! Okay, here comes a nice flank on the other side too. Damage 1 even done for the skin. Man, I love how NoFun gets all these upgrades. Oh. Clutch TJ right here though, right? Because the idea is that, you know, you can't detonate the blast drones inside the radius, so you can't use that here. Looks like he's gonna go over to the other side now. These guys decided they didn't want to live anymore. Hopefully the salvagers feel the same way, because that's where things are headed. Actually, you know what? He only gets 2 there, but he has the skims to finish off the kills. Yeah, right. Like that's not a very good way to kill the float. You know, that just sort of kills you. Meanwhile, by the way, NoFun is floating a lot too. I mean, again, he should really be focusing these upgrades a bit more, because he's got the money for it. That's a lot of ACs, but again, they don't really do a whole lot more when they're bunched up like this. Like, it'd be better to... He can use it next game. If only, man. But, you know, like, if he just builds more and more of these ACs, it's not really super useful for him. He'd rather send them over here and, like, over here, you know, and kind of split them up. Instead, they just kind of all sit on the front line, and they're not really powering up the army that much. Plus, actually, now that they've used the overcharge to get out, it looks like NoFun feels pretty confident to push here, and these railguns are powerful. And it would be nice if you had, like, 30 LAVs right now. Oh, this support cruiser here has the Gardos. It's going to go down, unfortunately, as well. Yeah, I mean, overcharge is good to get out of a tough situation, but then you're losing a lot of the utility. It's really good to fight, you know, units that can do damage to you if you don't have it on, but then again, you don't have attack missile barrage. And none of these guys can heal. They're still on cooldown, right? So, like, these support cruisers can do the job eventually, but it's going to take forever. SCAA finishes, by the way. He's already got ACA though, so I feel like he probably didn't need that. But, you know, that's fine. He does have some coverage against air in case that was something that NoFun would go for here, but he's really got to use these things a bit more intelligently. Like, if they just fight the railguns like this, that's not really good for them. Yeah, March of the Penguins. That's not quite yet. That comes later. I'm starting to have memories of how this game plays out. Systems 4 teching for NoFun, that's going to be leveling power in these missiles. This is where his strategy just starts to come to fruition, I feel. On the fadeaway, I'd love it if he uses the barrage now. Actually got a little bit too close there, so he got a little burned on the railguns here. He's got to be careful about carrier blocking. But I mean, you know, this is danger mode now. A lot of skims over here on the flank too, by the way, and these things are pretty upgraded. Yeah, they've got damage 1 on them. So, you know, NoFun can also use this to harass the eco, which is what SickIGN should have been doing this whole time. Uh-oh, the carrier block is bad. This kind of siege can't shoot here. It's finally gonna get in position. This kind of goes crazy. Okay, Kana Siege barely lives right there. And now that these things have their cooldown, like, I would honestly like it if he would use his heal right now. Because I don't like him pushing forward here. You can't push, because there's railguns here, and the Kana Siege beats you anyway. I know I say that, a bit of a mistake for NoFun is he's kind of caught barraging right there, so he takes a couple losses. Oh, and the carrier block is really bad, too. Uh-oh, this actually is maybe a good window for SickIGN. Doesn't have any cooldowns left, though. Yeah, it doesn't look quite as good as you would hope. Uh-oh, and yeah, sure enough on the flank here, these support cruisers gone down to the sand skimmers. Yeah, where are the heavy railguns? Oh. Well, it'd be nice if they were, like, here that whole time. I think NoFun needs to watch for carrier blocks. That's really kind of killing his tactics here, because he's got, like, a really good army to fight, but they're all, like, pointed the wrong way. Oh, gosh, is this thing gonna get away? Oh, barely. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. There was some out of range, but there were some that were like getting turned around by the carrier as well. Phoenixio has come to air his grievances again. As if we're gonna carry this time. Looks like some upgrades coming up for NoFun here actually on the sand skimmers, but this is maybe kind of mistimed because like he just lost all of them. It'd be better to use the money for like carrier 5 or something. I think, you know, you can use that a little bit better. Oh gosh, friendly fire. Ow. 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 Oh my goodness. Okay, he barely lives there. Whoa. Oh my goodness. These guys are like getting ready to board the Titanic. Jeez. Yeah, I guess you're right about that. You're right about that. I think the carrier's trying to path over here so he can fire a missile right now. Looks like the main base is starting to get mined out, although notably not happening for SickIGN. That does tell you some things. Uh-oh. Oh no, I remember. Yeah, this is the March of the Penguins right here. This is like freaking, if you've seen Saving Private Ryan, you know, it's like D-Day over here. Only the difference is that time they were actually trying to do something good. You know, they were trying to like defeat Nazi Germany, and this time they're just dying. It's kind of a recreational thing for these LEDs. Oh, it's like so many of them die, and then he just keeps going in, like he just won't learn his lesson. Oh my gosh, like none of these railguns even got killed. Oh my gosh. Like he just oh, that's not good. Note that the like second base is still not set up, by the way. Sometimes I'll do this if like the main base is about to mine out, which, oh yeah, actually it is. Oh, did he? Oh. Oh, that's terrible. I hate it when this happens. But, you know, normally the idea is that after the main base mines out, you'll, you know, bring the support cruiser over here, so... And you're right, it can. Yeah, sometimes bad frame rate can, like... The command can linger, right? So, you know, you switch to group 1 or something, but still for a moment it's holding these guys, you give them a move order, and then they start moving out. I hate it when that happens. Honor Guard's teching for NoFun? Oh, I love it. NoFun really likes to tech wide like that, but more sources of AoE are going to be good here, because clearly SickIGN is sort of a fan of losing LAVs, so... You know, the more you can facilitate that process, the better. Uh-oh, here it happens again. But why? Oh, gosh. Like, the only railgun he managed to kill there was, like, from friendly fire from the Kana Siege, I think. Oh, gosh. I'm pretty sure actually Zero, by the way. Not even Tomcat plays on Mac anymore. That's kind of famous now. Oh. Look at this. He's lost 13,500 CUs. Oh my gosh. When does the killing end? Oh. Oh no. This microwave emitter is actually not bad, by the way, but it looks like it hasn't managed to finish the kills here, so he has to kind of push on this now, and that's... well, something he's shown that he's happy to do, but I don't think it's really good for him. Okay, you gotta give a stop command on the carrier here so that your guys can shoot, though. Uh-oh. There's a bit of awkward carrier blocking going on here. Now, to SickIGN's credit, he's extracting Artifact 4, but to his discredit, he still hasn't solved this problem. He's not mining off of his third base film. Oh man. Still, the carrier block is real here for NoFun. He's gotta kind of clean this up there. Like, you know, there comes a time when your CU bank is gonna run out, and then you're gonna be like, wow, why did I build, you know, 10,000 CUs worth of LAVs and just drive them into their deaths? Huh. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh gosh, NoFun is not dealing with the carrier block here, though. His units can't shoot right now. This is bad. He needs to like drive the carrier off to the side here so that the units can fire. How much money has he got? Yeah, he's definitely got money to rebuild the heavy railgun. That's what he's doing. But he's got to make sure he's not carrier blocking them here. This is getting a little bit dicey. And SickIGN has been starved for RUs all game, but you know it's not the way to fix it to just make all your CUs go away. You know, you want to actually do something with them. Looks like NoFun here is coming for another backstab on the eco. He's like, what the heck, there's something here. So, where does he go now, one does have to wonder. Honor Guard, by the way, still getting carrier blocked, so this is kind of going to be forfeit. Oh my gosh, you're right, TJ does stay. That's pretty funny. This artifact here is not going to be able to extract, by the way, but it could use the smoke. Oh, this is not like NoFun to fail to smoke things like that. But there's a lot of heavy railguns here. This one carrier can't just drive into them. Oh, and the backline is just totally in shambles here too. Is TJ still alive? Yeah, that's true. I think NoFun is getting a little too bloodthirsty here. I mean, maybe he kills this carrier, but he might just... oh gosh, SickIGN, don't go back in there! Oh, what are you doing? Ah, this carrier's so low, it's gonna die to like one more volley. Oh my gosh. Oh. Why'd he go back in? He was like, oh, I'm sorry, you didn't quite kill me, did you? Let me make it a bit easier for you. Oh no. What a weird series, man. Well, that's it. That's a 3-0. And NoFun's gonna advance beyond SickIGN here. Just so much floating. Oh my gosh! Like these guys are building rafts over here. I feel like NoFun's execution is obviously a lot better in the army, but like the one thing he's got to watch out for, well, let's say two, is he's got to watch out for carrier blocking, which is getting really bad in this series. And he's got to watch out for floating. Like he can spend that money on anything and it'll be better than just having it in the bank. I mean, he could probably have had power 7 by this point, which is, you know, that's a big deal. So, oh man, what an interesting game. Well, let's move on to the next one. So for those of you on YouTube, I'll see you in the next one, and